The White House is moving forward with its plans to destroy the Islamic terrorist group known as ISIS. President Obama's war plan now includes deploying an additional 475 U.S. military advisors to Iraq, bringing the total number there to more than 1,600. But the CIA says ISIS is growing too. Julianna Goldman is in our Washington bureau with the latest. Julianna, good morning.
Good morning. U.S. intelligence now estimates that there are between 20 to 31,500 ISIS fighters on the ground, and that's more than double the previous estimate. The growing numbers come as President Obama announced that retired Marine General John Allen, who was the top commander in Afghanistan, will serve as special envoy to help oversee the international battle against the terrorist group.
President Obama used his weekly address to provide an update on the U.S. campaign to defeat ISIS.
This week, Arab nations agreed to strengthen their support for the new Iraqi government and to do their part in the fight against ISIL, including aspects of the military campaign.
He's tasked Secretary of State John Kerry with assembling that coalition. On Friday, Kerry was in Turkey seeking its support.
I'm comfortable that this will be a broad-based coalition.
But Kerry said it's too soon for specifics and declined to say what role individual nations will play. Back in Washington, a debate is brewing about what to call the offensive President Obama is launching against the Islamic terrorist group.
The United States is at war with ISIL in the same way that we are at war with al-Qaeda and its al-Qaeda affiliates all around the globe.
The White House and Pentagon are both calling it a war.
Make no mistake, we know we are at war with ISIL.
But in an interview with CBS News' Margaret Brennan earlier this week, Secretary Kerry made a clear distinction, calling it a counteroffensive.
I think war is the wrong terminology and analogy. I don't think people need to get into war fever on this.
The terminology could raise legal and political issues, with a war-weary public and the administration asserting it has the authority to expand the mission in Iraq and into Syria without congressional approval. It is, however, asking Congress for $500 million to train and equip moderate Syrian rebels.
Congress is expected to begin debating that request by the middle of next week, around the same time that President Obama is scheduled to fly to Tampa to meet with CENTCOM commanders and discuss implementing the plan against ISIS. Anthony, that's set for Wednesday.
Julianna Goldman in Washington. Thanks, Julianna.